What can I say about Flemington? With its beautiful winter gardens, its magnificent mansions, and its resident dukes, barons, and baronets. Well, I wish I could afford to live there for one thing. But I guess I'll settle for a visit instead. A very short, very expensive visit.
Hello and welcome back to 2 Point All Stars, the series where I try and earn 3 stars on every map in 2 Point Hospital. Today we're in a hospital in the wealthy town of Flemington. Let's get into it. Flemington Hospital. Welcome to Flemington, a wealthy town where the people have more money than sense. I think we could make a killing here, pardon the expression, if we can get ourselves a marketing license. We can use marketing campaigns to improve our reputation, attract more patients and recruit better staff. I suggest we focus our research and marketing on an illness that has been plaguing the area for a while, animal magnetism. Okay. So to get the marketing license, we need to complete the pest control research project and diagnose a patient with animal magnetism. So this means we need research. So I'm going to look for staff straight away, see if we have any doctors trained in research, and we don't. So I'm going to take one of the cheapest ones, Elvira Stud. We're going to put Elvira down. Quickly build a small training room. And the first thing I'm going to do is get Elvira trained in research. Whilst that's going on, I'm going to do the basics of setting up a simple hospital. We need a doctor for GP. We need an assistant for reception. And I'm going to go with Toby because he has the qualification. We're going to need a janitor that can upgrade machines and take out ghosts. We have neither, so I'm going to delete those 2 applicants and see who else comes through. Now I'm going to put in a basic reception. Put it in there. Is it in the middle? That's in the middle there. And then we're going to do some basic rooms. Always put in a basic GP's office. A basic toilet and staff room. I'll put them on this side. We'll have the staff room, and then we will have a toilet. Okay, so we've got some basic rooms and we can start taking patients. I don't see any arriving just yet. We have research going on, so now I'm going to speed up until the research training is complete. Okay, while I was waiting for the research training to complete, I added a general diagnosis room and hired a nurse with a diagnosis qualification for that room. Research is now complete, so I'm going to build a basic research room. Here we go. Where can I squeeze it? I'll squeeze it in right into the training room actually. And we needed to research pest control. So here we have pest control. Design a machine to expunge unwanted beasties attached to people. It's 1,000 research points and 1,000 to start. So we're going to start that. And what I'm going to do is take Elvira and I'm going to change her jobs so that she is only involved in research. I'm also going to just change her outfit to a nice grey. So she is our dedicated researcher. Now we have a message, diagnosis. One of our patients, Angela Piggott, has been sent to all of our diagnosis rooms, but we're only 83% sure. I'm going to get the patient to wait whilst I build some more diagnosis rooms now that research has begun. So I'll put in a cardiology. And I'll hire a second nurse with the low qualifications to take up cardiology. Okay, so we're going to go for a process now where we're going to diagnose patients and treat some basic illnesses. Nothing can really happen until we research research pest control and then diagnose a patient with animal magnetism. So I'm going to skip ahead until we complete that research and get the next step. So while we're researching the pest control project, I did a quick check of the temperature and I can realize that Flemington is blue, which means it's cold and we need some radiators to keep patients happy and staff. So I'm going to start with the large radiator and just drop a few in until we get a nice general coverage of yellow. And then I'm going to go for the normal size radiator and just put one in every single room that hasn't got one, which is all rooms because I use basic templates that have no temperature stuff in them. And that will now create a nice even, I mean that will do. We've got mostly covered there. Oh, a receptionist is missing, so to hire a second one. But yeah, I wanted to bring you up to date on the color of the temperature and what that means. So I added some radiators, and now I'm going to skip ahead until we have that research project complete. So we've had a message: pest control required. Our doctors have discovered a new illness, animal magnetism, caused by mutated pheromones and or cheap deodorant. The patient is seeking treatment. We will need a pest control room in order to treat them. We're researching that at the moment, but having someone diagnosed with animal magnetism was part of the challenges for getting the marketing license. So we're going to send the patient home because we're not going to research pest control in the time they have left. Okay, and we've just completed research into pest control. Now we have this message: marketing license. Great news. The 2 Point Health Ministry has granted us a marketing license. This will allow us to run marketing campaigns to improve our reputation and attract more patients and staff to the hospital. Build a marketing room and hire or train an assistant with a marketing qualification to run the campaigns. So now we have the marketing license. We need to build a marketing room. Right at the bottom, as it was the last thing researched, we'll find it here. It's $7,100. It has a minimum size of 4x3. So I've got the pest control room here, which is 4x4. So it will fit in nicely if I put it just there at the minimum size. We'll put the conference table in the middle, which is needed. And then we'll put a marketer's desk at the back here where they can sit and work. As always, we'll put a little bin. I don't think we need a fire extinguisher in this room, so we'll save that. And there we have a message. Marketing. To start a marketing campaign, click on the marketing table or drop an assistant with a marketing qualification into the room. General campaigns improve the hospital's overall reputation. Recruitment campaigns attract more job applicants of various types. Illness campaigns attract more patients exhibiting certain symptoms and improve your reputation with specific illnesses. Note: unlock more illness campaigns by discovering more illnesses in each area. Okay, so to make this room work, we need an assistant that has the marketing qualification. I have 2 hired at the moment, neither have marketing. All of the ones available for hire do not have marketing either, so I'm going to go back to my staff. Toby Butthurt here, space ready for training. So I'm going to click on the train button, and I have no training room available because I'm actually training somebody in research right now. So that's going to have to wait. I've got some messages here. I need chromotherapy and I need a ward. I've got the money, so I'm going to get both patients to wait whilst I quickly build those, as I'm sure I've got templates for them. Basic 7-bed ward is my current go-to. I'm going to place it actually on this side where we have nurse on the other side as well. So this will be like a nurse's annex where nurses work. We'll hire a new nurse to work in this area. Titus Bain is the lowest. He's hungry, inspiring, doesn't speak Spanish. Neither do I. I'm not going to hold it against you. So we're going to hire him over here and just check on the research training progress. Training is complete. So coming back, I'm going to take Toby Butthurt and we're going to train Toby in marketing. So now that's going to happen. That will take a little while. Whilst that's going on, let's just look at what's popped up on the right, because I now see that we've got a few things going on. We're going to ignore the staff request, we're going to ignore hair removal, which is a part of something else, and we're going to look at the 1-star hospital challenges. So the 1-star hospital challenges from top to bottom are hospital value of 1 million. We've already passed that with a 1.1 million hospital value. Reputation of 70%. The current reputation is 55%. Okay, in order to improve our reputation, we need to make sure that we're curing people, we have a nice hospital environment, and that we have good trained staff. Everything is working like clockwork. So reputation is going to be a bit of a difficult one, but it will happen with time. We just need to keep focusing on making sure that we have a good hospital that works for both the staff and the patients. That means benches, that means games, that means entertainment, that means heating and temperature, that means attractiveness, and that means room prestige, plus trained qualified staff. So there's going to be a lot going on. It's going to take a bit of a while to get that, but we're going to work towards it. The next one is to cure 10 patients with animal magnetism. We're going to run a marketing campaign in animal magnetism, which will get us those 10 patients. And then I think we can launch a marketing campaign in a more general campaign, which should help also boost our reputation. And with the last challenge being to launch a marketing campaign, like I said, we're going to do that anyway. So these are some achievable goals. It's going to take a bit of a while. So what I'm going to do now is start working on building the reputation, and I will come back when we're ready to launch a marketing campaign. Okay, so I've had to build a fracture clinic and a chromotherapy because I had patients needing these services. They fit in quite nicely in this nurses area. And I just realized, yep, okay, chromotherapy does require a nurse. So this is like a whole nurses area. And again, just to make it easier and increase the prestige a bit, I've added a toilet and I've added a staff room. But now it's time to launch the marketing campaign. So they said we can click on the table. So if I click on the marketing table, we get the marketing campaign screen. And you see on the left here, we have three options: general marketing, illness campaign, and recruitment marketing. Just to recap, recruitment marketing allows you to get more staff of a particular qualification or type. The illness campaign will increase patients that have illnesses that need to be, I've lost my words, need to be treated in one of these rooms. So a pharmacy campaign will bring in patients that need to be treated in a pharmacy, psychiatry, animal magnetism ward, etc., etc. The more rooms you unlock, the more rooms that will appear in here. And then we have general marketing. These are the ones that boost the reputation, and they come in small, medium, and large, and there is an associated cost for each campaign. There's also a duration which will also increase the cost, but you can set those. For your first marketing campaigns, I would recommend you only do 3-month campaigns, particularly in the illness, because if you have an increasing reputation and more patients coming through, you may find yourself overwhelmed. A few times I've run a long campaign, even just sort of like 6 months campaign or a 5-month campaign. Can bring a lot of patients that require those treatment in that particular room, and if you've only got one and limited qualified staff, it can really overwhelm you. So to start off, we are going to launch an illness campaign in animal magnetism because it's the room we've just built, and we need to cure 10 patients to achieve 1 star. We're going to run it for 3 months. It will cost us $16,000. We have that in the bank. So now that we're ready, we're going to launch that campaign. An assistant will come over with the training qualification. So what I'm also going to, assistant will come over with the marketing qualification. And what I'm going to do is just hire a few more assistants so that we can cover a lot of these roles, because we've got the reception, we've got the news agents, and now we've got marketing. So at any one time, we're going to need 3 assistants. I've only got 3, so I'm going to hire a 4th one as well, just to keep those spaces filled. So what I'm going to do now is jump ahead until the end of that marketing campaign to see where we're at with our challenges for the 1-star hospital. Okay, so we've just completed the marketing campaign. That's given us the 4th challenge on the 1-star hospital. That will also increase the number of patients coming through with animal magnetism. What I'm also going to do now is launch a research project, so this will be able to be upgraded, and that will then increase the chance of curing patients that come in and need this room. So that can take a little while. What I'll do is jump back in after we've cured 10 patients and discuss how we're going to get the reputation to 70%. It's currently at 61. Maybe we'll get there at the same time. If not, I'll see you then. Okay, so we've cured 10 patients with animal magnetism. That's 3 of the 4 challenges for the 1-star hospital complete. The last one is reputation of 70%, and it's currently 63. So there's a few things that I've already done to help boost this a bit. I've had to add some more GPs rooms to meet the demand. I've had to add another psychiatry, and I've split one as diagnosis and one as treatment, again to split up the demand there. I've also added a X-ray machine to help with the diagnosis improvement, and to do that I've had to move out the training and the research rooms to this new building, which at the moment I'm going to try and keep for staff only things, but I may need to use it for some other treatment and diagnosis facilities as well. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm looking now and see that it's gone down to 60%. So what I'm also going to do is run another marketing campaign, and just a small one in general marketing for 3 months to see how that improves reputation. The other thing I'm going to be doing is really going through all of the overlays here to see attractiveness. If you see, there's some green but not many, so a lot of these rooms can be improved with attractiveness. That means adding some plants, some canvas prints, or some posters. Oh, and we've got the end of year yearly review. Let's have a look at that quickly. So after 2 years, let's see what we've won. Rising Star, Employer of the Year, and Best Research Hospital. Not too shabby. We'll get some money for each of those. Back to what I was saying before, using these overlays, we get an idea of the health, happiness, and other elements of the hospital. We can use these to work out how we can improve things, which will also improve the reputation. So temperature being one we've looked at a few times, we can see a lot of it is covered now with a light yellow. There are some blue bits. If we look at thirst, we can see different patients from kind of green to red, how thirsty they are. There are a few thirsty patients, but we have a lot of drinks machines around. Hunger, same as thirst. Staff energy, do they need a break? If hygiene, we're looking pretty good. It's not very dirty, but some patients aren't looking very clean. Neither are some staff, so we can think about that as well. Toilet need, boredom, and maintenance need. Okay, so all of these things give us an indication of what contributes towards reputation. For attractiveness, like I said, adding plants, adding canvases is going to help increase attractiveness rating, which will increase the reputation. Health is all about making sure we have qualified staff, a good diagnosis suite, upgraded machines to speed up diagnosis, and then upgraded treatment machines and qualified treatment doctors and nurses to deliver high quality care. That will improve health and improve reputation. Patient and staff happiness, again, is about making the area nice, giving them things to enjoy, games, game cabinets, what do they have, magazine racks, magazine stands. All these things can help increase patient happiness and staff happiness. And in the staff room, you can add extra things like the bullseye board and a few other exercise things that will help improve staff happiness. You can also add things like chairs and coffee machines to the individual rooms, so staff working in them can rest and drink whilst they're there. That will improve their happiness, their hunger, and their thirst ratings. More training of staff, more upgrading of machines, all of these things in combination will help increase the reputation. Oh, and as I'm explaining that, apparently we got 70%. So, dear hospital administrator, 1-star hospital, congratulations. Your hospital has been awarded a 1-star rating by the 2 Point Health Ministry. A fine town is deserving of a fine hospital, don't you think? Of course you do. That's precisely what you've begun developing. Top drawer. Your efforts in the world of marketing have not gone unnoticed. May your corporate siren song bring forth a bounty of rich sickos. I cannot speak this evening. If you grow tired of making us money, I suggest that you venture eastwards into the county's most toilety region. Okay. Yours fragrantly, Tarquin Foxbridge, Health Minister. The rewards for 1-star are normal, 10,000 cash, 100 kudos. We've also now unlocked Smogley, Meltdowns, and the Underlook Hotel maps. That's 3 maps, and I think this is Flemington. This is the last map in the second set. So the next 3 maps will all be in a different area with different requirements and a different style. We've also now unlocked the cafe, which is a room where staff and patients can go to eat and drink and relax a bit. So what I learned from that actually is that the marketing campaign we was doing for reputation has boosted the reputation to 70%. It may not hold at that, so everything I was just saying is what we're still going to need to be doing to keep our reputation high and to increase it. With the 1-star achieved, we now have the 2-star hospital challenges. The first one is to have a hospital value of 2 million. Our current value is 2.2 million. So number 1 is complete. Challenge 2 is a reputation of 80%. It's currently 70%. Everything I just said is what we're going to do to increase that. We now need to cure 20 patients in the fracture ward. So that means we're going to be running a marketing campaign in the fracture ward to get patients to come in with treatment, with illnesses that need to be treated in the fracture ward. And the last challenge is to launch 2 marketing campaigns. Very clearly, that's going to be 1 for the fracture ward and then 1 for reputation. So I'm going to jumpstart by launching those marketing campaigns, and I will bring you in when we've progressed towards the 2-star challenges. So we completed the marketing campaign in Fracture Clinic, and as you can see, we've got patients being treated, and we've got a queue of 7 people.
That's the small one.
At the moment, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to hold for a little while, just see how this progresses and see if that queue starts to come down. We're halfway through the number of patients we have to cure, and if we get through this queue, that should be the full list, at which point it may be a case of launching it. Actually, I think I'm going to do it now. I think the numbers are there. So yeah, I'm going to launch a second marketing campaign in reputation to boost the hospital reputation above 80%. That's going to lead to an increase in patients coming through the door. So I'm going to keep on training staff, improving room prestige, improving the attractiveness rating, all the things we discussed earlier to keep our hospital capable of processing all these extra patients, and push towards the 3-star challenges, which will at this rate probably be an increase in hospital reputation. So I will come back just as we've gone past all those challenges and we've got the 2nd star. So earlier I mentioned how marketing campaigns in a particular room can lead to a big queue, and here's a prime example, right? So we did a campaign in the fracture ward. We had a queue. Yes, I took on an emergency as well, but the queue is now at 12. So I've had to move the fracture clinic, well, the fracture ward, sorry, double the number of traction beds, add staff members. And I think I'm actually going to add a 3rd staff member just to try and process, because this backlog could cause our damage to our reputation. So we have 3 nurses all working in the fracture ward, and they should help bring down that queue number with the expansion of space and beds. As you can see from our 2-star challenges, we have 3 of 4. It is just the traction ward now, so having good staff and a good room is going to get us over the line on this one. And I'll be back with you once we reach 20 patients. Okay, we're coming up to 20 cured patients in the fracture ward. There's a lot of people with low hearts there, so I think we've got there just in time. The queues come down. I'm not seeing many people waiting. How many have we got in the queue? We've got 6, so we're just below. Okay, there's the sign there. So we've done pretty well. These patients that were near death are now being treated, and hopefully they should get good care and they will come out and be cured. Okay, there was 1. We have a 2nd. Zoe Maverick, are you our 20th? Yes, you are. Thank you very much, Zoe. And we're there. Dear Hospital Administrator, 2-star hospital. Congratulations. Your hospital has been awarded a 2-star rating by the 2 Point Health Ministry. The Foxbridge Homestead resides in the greater Flemington area, as do much of the Foxbridge clan. It has been a delight to hear so many positive things about your establishment from them all. There's nothing like news straight from the horse's mouth, or the mouth of horse owners rather. Continue building the hospital that Flemington deserves for more rewards, or go elsewhere and expand your organisation. For 2-star rewards, we've got that 20,000 in cash, we've got 150 kudos, but we've not unlocked anything else. As I understand it, moving forward, some of these maps, 2 and 3 stars don't actually give you any unlocks. It's normally only 1 star that give you an unlock, but we're here for the 3rd star, so we're going to continue. Thank you again, Zoe, for your help, and we're going to look at the 3-star challenges. So the 3-star challenges include a hospital value of 5 million. We're only at 4.1 million. So of course, building rooms, expanding out, prestige, all that kind of thing is going to increase the hospital value. Reputation of 90%, currently at 87%. I think with that 3% gap, a marketing campaign is really going to take us over the edge there. We need to cure 30 patients in the injection room. Okay, we haven't really used the injection room yet. I have one just down here. It needs a nurse at the moment. So obviously we're going to run some marketing campaigns to get people to come to the injection room. And can I upgrade it? Oh no, I'm going to research upgrades to the Jab Master as well, so that we can improve the cure rate there. And then the last of the 4 challenges for a 3-star hospital is to launch 3 marketing campaigns. Well, we know we're going to do one to cure patients in the injection room. So I think a strategy for this 3rd star is going to be launching a campaign for the injection room. It would likely overwhelm the 1 room we have, so I may move them up next to the new fracture ward. And what I may do is actually launch 1 or 2 campaigns in the injection room, and basically have an injection specialization in this hospital for that 3rd star. So let's go ahead and launch the injection room campaign, the first of 3. It says under illness, injection campaign, a campaign centered around needles. People just love needles, not everyone. So duration of 3 months, campaign cost 16,000. We're going to launch that. And what I'm going to do is jump forward until we're at least halfway through the curing of the patients and explain how we got there. Okay, I just thought I'd jump in to give you an update as we've completed half of the challenges. The hospital value is now over 5 million. And, oh, it's just dropped down again. And the reputation is over 90%, although it'll probably drop down as well. To explain what happened and how I got here, trained some staff members, upgraded some machine, and hired some new staff members to plug some gaps with janitors, who you can see cleaning now, and some doctors as well as running training. So that's how I got the first 2 challenges. We've lost the first one again, but I'm confident that will come back as we run improvements and do some more training. We've got 7 of the 30 patients cured in the injection room. There was a fire, and I will cut to that now so you can see. Quite scary considering that we need loads of patients to go through there. They're already on fire. That's why I had to hire some more janitors, and we're now training some more janitors in maintenance and upgrades so that doesn't happen again, especially at this point. So that's how we got the first 2 of the 4 challenges for the 3 stars. I'm going to skip ahead now until we're almost done with the patients in the injection room. Okay, so we've nearly completed the 3-star challenges. The hospital value is above 5 million. We've cured over 30 patients in the injection room. Reputation has fallen below 90%, and we still need to launch 1 more marketing campaign. So I think it's clear if we launch a general marketing campaign, that will boost our reputation above 90%, and then we've got all 4 challenges complete. So I'm going to click on marketing, general marketing campaign, small campaign, 10,000. We're going to launch that, and I'm just going to hover over here. Oh, someone refused to pay 12,000. Okay, that's understandable. If you've seen the previous videos, one thing I do is under overview and under prices, you can increase the price of treatment, and as my staff get more trained, I increase this. You can normally increase it by 10% on all treatments and see no real impact apart from improved profitability. If you increase it to 20% like I've done here, you do find patients will stop paying for some treatments. However, as long as you've got a pretty decent hospital running, they should be okay. And on the balance, I think I probably have 1 patient every year that doesn't pay. Given that everybody else is paying 20% extra, I'm still making a lot of money. There's 1.4 million in the bank. Money's no issue with the hospital. Our only concern right now is to hope that campaign pushes us above 90%. The assistant has just arrived. They're going to start work on that. And so I'm going to skip ahead now because I think it's going to be a couple of months, in-game months, for the campaign to work and the reputation to be boosted. So I'll see you when we get the next letter. Okay, we're currently at a reputation of 85%, only 5% to go until 90, and that's all 4 challenges for the 3-star rating in Flemington. It has taken some time. I actually lost about 30% of the reputation. It went down to about 50%, and I had to do a lot of work with running a much longer marketing campaign, as well as going through each and every room and adding pictures, adding bookcases, adding loads of additions to really boost the prestige. You can see some of them now as Hank walks around. A lot of the rooms now have extra bits in them, from bookcases to weighing machines to posters. Almost every single room got upgrades. They also got chairs and water coolers so people in the treatment rooms can sit down and still get drink. We also added hygiene stations to almost all the rooms as well. Not all of them apparently, but almost all the rooms. So a lot of work went into kind of improving the prestige of all the rooms, training staff, making sure everybody was happy. And as it currently stands, we're at 87%. I'm really hopeful that it's going to go over 90% in the next couple of months. I've said that before, but now I'm a bit more hopeful. So let's mark it. The calendar in the bottom right says July 27. Let's see when we come back with the 3-star letter. And mark the day, September the 9th, so it took just over a month, and we've got the letter. Dear Hospital Administrator, 3-star hospital. Congratulations, your hospital has been awarded a 3-star rating by the 2 Point Health Ministry. Flemingtonians are a sophisticated breed, so it reflects well on you and your organisation that your hospital lives up to their lofty standards and fits into our most noble of towns. I hope you're able to spread civility as well as you're able to stop the spreading of germs. Yours fragrantly, Tarquin Foxbridge, Health Minister. For the 3 stars, we get the traditional rewards, $30,000 and 200 kudos, and no unlocks. Now, this one was a bit of a challenge. If you've seen the earlier videos, you realise that some of the earlier maps you can kind of gain to get 3 stars. As we're moving into the game and getting deeper into these maps, in order to obtain 3 stars, it's really coming down to making sure you're checking staff and patient needs, room prestige, upgrading machines, training staff. You really have to pull out all of the stops and use the data available in the maps and the overlays and the staff screens to understand what your staff need and provide it for them. Never be afraid to increase the costs of your treatments and diagnosis, as well as increasing staff pay, because better staff means better reputation. I'm so done. This has been a long one. Thanks for joining me, and I hope I see you on the next one.